Good morning, guys. Welcome to the 3D market commentary for today, Thursday, April the 21st. And let's just get the disclaimers up here on the left-hand side, top left-hand side. Please read them, even if you need to pause the video to do so. Now, the 3D market commentary is a video that we do every day, Monday to Friday, to accompany an email that we send to our free members every day, Monday to Friday. Now, the 3D market commentary goes into major world markets, looking at three major statistical elements, basically looking at where we have probabilities in those markets, hence 3D. So we'll look at that in a second. Before we do so, just to highlight here, different places you can go for support. So you've got a couple of email addresses there, Becky@tradewithufos.com and support@tradewithufos.com. So you've got those places. You'll also have this link here, which is tradewithufos.com/Becky. From here, you've got different apps and platforms that you can get. You can book one-on-one coaching if you'd like. And if you scroll down, you can log in for free, excuse me, and ask a question here, or you may find that somebody else has already asked that question, the answer's already there, and your question is answered. So different places you can go for help and support. Now, coming back to our 3D market commentary, let us now bring that up. So this is what that email looks like that we send out. It's relevant, of course, to market data. So let's just squidge that over a little bit, give us more room. So the three elements that we look at, the three statistical elements that we look at are these three. Firstly, market climate. Market climate means where's the likely movement? Is that market likely to go up? Is it likely to go down? Or is it not really likely to go in either direction? And we'll use AutoClimate to help us. AutoClimate is a free app on most platforms you can get it on. And what AutoClimate does is show us where those probabilities are. So it shows us based on these coloured dots. Ignore the lines, focus on the dots. Thick red dots show us probabilities down. Thick blue dots show us probability is up, and thin dots of either colour tell us probability is neither direction. So we'll look at that per market. Then we'll look at buy and sell UFOs. UFOs stands for unfilled orders and means where do we have buyers waiting to buy, where do we have sellers waiting to sell. Buyers likely push the price up, sellers likely push the price down. Let's understand where they are. And again, we use an app to help us. Auto UFOs. This shows us where the buyers are by showing us little green UFOs and the prices on the right-hand side. It shows us where sellers are by showing us red UFOs with the prices on the right-hand side. So we'll look at that per market. The third thing is market volatility, how quickly we expect the markets to move. So we'll look at each of these elements per market, starting with, let me just move that reminder out of the way. There we go. Starting with the S&P 500, which is the top 500 US stocks. Now, each of these markets, we are looking at a daily time frame. So different things happen on different time frames. We're looking at a daily chart. So the S&P 500 currently has a thin dot. That tells us that there's not enough probability in either direction for the time being. So not much to be doing. Now we have buyers here between 4406.25 to 4355.5. We have sellers up here between 4631 to 4574.75. Those are the closest sellers. So if we were to reach up here and hit the sellers, we'd expect them to push price down. If we were to reach down here and hit the buyers, we'd expect them to push price up. For the time being, not really close to either of them, so not much to be doing on this market on this time frame. In terms of volatility, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year on the S&P of 19.9%. In a day, 56.29 points. In a week, 123.91 points. And in a month, 257.95 points. So that's the S&P 500. Now the next market is crude oil. So let's load this here. Just to highlight here the different courses that we do that you can check out, and the fact that each of our courses, or most of our courses I should say, come with a 3-month complimentary access to the apps. Now Auto Climate, this one here, that's a free app on most platforms that you can get it on. Auto UFOs, which show us the buyers and sellers, is a paid for monthly subscription. What you pay depends on the platform that you use. Now you can subscribe directly to the Auto UFOs. You don't have to take a course in order to do them, but usually it's cheaper to get a course and get 3 months free access than it would be to just use the apps. So check that out. Okay, crude oil. We have a thick red dot right now showing us probability downwards for the time being. We have sellers up here that have recently pushed price down. They are from 115.54 to 108.68. Price came up, hit them the other day, and was pushed down. That's what sellers do, is push price down. That's why we want to know where they are. And we have buyers as well down here between 80.47 to 77.83. Quite a way to go before we hit those buyers. So overall probability down here with crude oil. In terms of volatility, we'd expect a movement up or down in 1 year of 52.23%. So in a day, 3.4 points. In a week, 7.48 points. And in a month, 15.57 points. Crude oil. The next market is gold. So let's load this. Now just to highlight here, the coaching and support that we offer. We do a lot for free online, on YouTube and things like that, lots of videos. We'll answer your emails and questions and things like that. That's all free. If you did want to have access to more resources and live trading videos, we do have an all asset coaching, advanced coaching available as well for a small monthly fee. So check that out if you'd like. Okay, gold. Thin dot. Not enough probability either way to call it. However, we are very close to sellers right now. They are between 2003 to 1962.7, and we don't have buyers until all the way down here at 1815.8 to 1788.5. So overall, not enough probability in either direction, but wouldn't be surprised to see it fall a little bit further and then confirm itself to the downside. So keep an eye out for that with gold. In terms of volatility with gold, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year of 18.15%. In a day, that's 22.27 points. In a week, 49.02 points. And in a month, 102.04 points. So that's gold. Okay. So next market is the US dollar. Let's load this. So with the US dollar, we have kind of a conflicting thing going on right now. So we have a thick blue dot, probability upwards. We have buyers down here, quite a way away from current price, between 97.85 to 97.295. They've worked once, twice, 3 times to push price up. Again, that's why we want to know where they are, so we get a better idea of where we would want to buy from. So we've got buying pressure. However, we have sellers very close by, between 101.045 to 100.68. So what we have right now is the climate pushing price up, sellers close by pushing price down. We've got a fight going on. Don't know about you, but I tend to try and keep out of fights. Let whoever's going to win, win. It would be a gamble to guess which side is going to win. Let it clear its way. Let it clear probabilities one side or the other, and then go from there. Volatility with the US dollar. Yearly move of 8.3%. So in a day, movement of 0.54 points, 52 points. In a week, 1.15 points. And in a month, 2.39 points. Last but not least is bakkt Bitcoin. So let's load this. Just to highlight here about our platform, TOP stands for Traditive Options Planner, has all of our apps integrated into it. So check that out if you find that helpful. Okay, bakkt Bitcoin. We have a thick red dot, probability down, and we've also just hit some sellers. They are between 43,980 to 42,597.5. Essentially, we have sellers coming from the climate and sellers coming from the UFO, so wouldn't be surprised to see price come down. Of course, none of this is guaranteed. Sometimes price does things that we don't expect, so bear that in mind as well. But overall, probability down here for Bitcoin. In terms of volatility, we'd expect movement up or down in 1 year of 64.54%. But in a day, that's 1,721.59 points. In a week, 3,789.91 points. And in a month, 7,889.34 points. So that's bakkt Bitcoin. Now that brings us to the end of our markets. And for each of these markets, we have looked at 3 major elements per market. We've looked at market climate, using auto climate to see where we have probabilities, up, down, or nowhere. We've used buy and sell UFOs to see where we have buyers and sellers that could push price up or down. And we've looked at volatility, how quickly we expect the markets to move. The last thing to look at is our weekly economic calendar to see where we would expect volatility. We get this from fxstreet.com. We filter by high impact news to see which news reports could impact the volatility of the markets. Not necessarily the direction of the markets, but the volatility. What's going to make it move a bit more, therefore increase our risk, perhaps also increase our reward. Today being Thursday, we have some news coming out later on this morning in the US on US markets, afternoon for the pound or British markets, as well as the US dollar again further on. And then we have, can't quite see that flag, going to say Romania might be there. We're on Orthodox Good Friday in Romania. So if you trade those markets, you might not see much movement today at all. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our market commentary. Again, you can go to tradewithufos.com/Becky to get some more information. Let's bring you here. Get different apps and platforms, book one-on-one coaching, or find answers to your questions, or log in for free and ask them. Or you can email me, Becky@tradective.com. So I will love you and leave you. Have a great rest of your trading day, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.